What's up everybody, it's Mr. Status Tech and I'm back again. Today I have a comparison video for you of the Nokia Lumia 920 and the HTC 8X. Now, each of these phones are available on AT&T, but the HTC 8X is also available on Verizon and T-Mobile. Right now, the HTC 8X would probably be the best Windows phone you can get on Verizon or T-Mobile, but personally, I can wrap this video right now for you and let you know that I prefer the Nokia Lumia 920 over the HTC 8X, and we'll get into why. First off, the screens. Now, the HTC 8X has a higher pixel density on its screen, crams more pixels into a smaller space, whereas the Nokia Lumia 920 has a higher screen resolution. Now, what does that mean? Both screens look really good. Put it plain and simple. Now, one thing that I do prefer with the Nokia Lumia is that the auto brightness works a lot better. So as you can see now, both of the phones are underneath a lamp. Both of the phones are really bright. Now, once I switch that lamp off, we'll see the auto brightness come into play. Now, after a few seconds, it should adjust to the lighting, which is pretty dark. There are no lights in this room right now, and as you can see, the Nokia dims down accordingly, where the HTC still stays just as bright. Now, when you're in a dark room and you want to turn your phone on and check the time, there's nothing worse than getting blinded by your phone. So preferably, I prefer this one right here. The display is dark and it works with the dark environment, whereas this one is just a little bit too bright for my taste. Now, if I turn the light back on, we'll see the Nokia gets a bit brighter than the HTC. The text is a little brighter. You can see it in the whites, where the white is a little bit brighter than it is over here. So in bright light, the screen gets a little bit brighter on the Nokia. Now, I would show you a direct sunlight test. The Nokia blows it out of the water there. Screen contrast ratio raises exponentially, and it's retarded. Anyway, now if we go into our settings while we're still on the screen, you'll notice something right here, display touch. That is not over here in the HTC. If we go into it, display touch basically allows you to raise the sensitivity of the screen, allowing you to use things like gloves or whatever to play with your phone. So I have that on right now. Display touch is on high, and that option is not available over here. So if I take just some regular gloves, these aren't those, smart gloves that you see at like Target or Walmart or whatever, and I put my hand here. Here we go. I should be able to navigate through the phone with this, but on the HTC, no dice. Other than that, if we go back to the settings, we'll see we have our lovely Beats Audio on the HTC. Beats Audio pretty much makes your music sound better. If you listen to a lot of bass heavy music, definitely makes your music sound better. Over here on the Nokia, Beats Audio, it's not there. We do have an audio setting through Dolby. So if we plug in our headphones, we can see the differences. So the options here are turn Beats Audio on, turn Beats Audio off. That's basically all you can do. Over here on the Nokia, you have a full-fledged equalizer. If you go into the audio settings, you can raise the lows, change the mids, change the highs, or set custom presets to jazz, hip hop, pop, R&B, dance, whatever you like, and the music will change accordingly. So either way, if you use Beats Audio devices before and you like them, the HTC definitely produces great sound quality outputs, but Nokia, you have a little bit wider range of control with your audio output. Now, if we talk about the cameras, you have a 8 megapixel camera on the back of the HTC and an 8.7 megapixel camera on the back of the Nokia. Now, in normal lighting conditions like outside, bright day, the HTC is going to produce a crisper image. When I say crisper, I mean when you zoom in, the pixels look a little bit more concentrated, and the image is a little bit more stable. It's not as fuzzy. The Nokia does have a slight issue with making normal pictures look a tad bit fuzzy, but when you're in pretty much any other condition, low lighting conditions, for example, the Nokia definitely does a great job of bringing low light to the light. So let me see if I can give you a quick example. Actually, should have one on both of these phones. Now, if we swipe over, here's a picture that I took just before filming this video. You can see it on the HTC. It's a little washed out. It has a pink tint to it. And here in the Nokia, the same picture, a lot brighter, a lot more vibrant. Now we swipe over to front-facing pictures. The HTC definitely outshines the Nokia here with its wide-angle lens. As you can see in the Nokia's picture, all I was able to capture was myself, the painting, and the door in the background. Whereas here, I was able to capture myself, the painting, the door in the background, and a little bit of the pictures that are on this wall right here. So much better front-facing camera. If you take a lot of front-facing photos, this is definitely going to make it so you don't have to hand your phone to some stranger. Say, can you take a picture of all of us? You can easily fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 people in this frame. Now, each phone comes with its own selection of apps. HTC has a few dedicated applications on Windows phones, like this tile right here that gives you the time and date and weather, which is a really handy app. Because if you go to my Nokia phone, the weather app, it's by itself, and the only way I see the time is up there in the corner. So I prefer if I can have this app on this phone, but unfortunately I can't. Now, Nokia has just released Nokia Drive on every Windows phone, so the HTC AX also has Nokia's dedicated navigation app, which is arguably one of the better navigation apps on the market right now. But Nokia still kept a few of their dedicated apps, like Nokia Transit, which helps you navigate through public transportation, like the train, buses, telling you where stops are, what time they will arrive. Now, there are different applications that you can get that do the same thing on the HTC, but Nokia has a whole slew of apps just for their Windows phones, which really makes the Windows phone experience a little bit better. Now, other than that, when it just comes down to straight up design, the HTC definitely takes it here. The feel of the phone in your hand, it's probably one of the best feeling phones that I've held in the past few years. It just sits perfectly with its curved edges. You can see it from right here. The edges are really tapered down, so it makes the phone feel a lot smaller than it actually is. The size is really, really nice. Personally, it feels a little bit long to me. It reminds me of the iPhone 5. But if you're looking for a big small phone, if that even makes sense, this is definitely the right phone for you. Now, if you like a bigger phone, the Nokia definitely takes it. It has a great design to it. Some people call it a little blocky, but like I said, it's a big phone nonetheless. But the HTC will probably appeal to a wider range of people. All in all, when it comes down to it, you want to look at the price. $99 for 32 gigs on contract. Over here, 16 gigs for $199. Personally, I think the Nokia takes it.